framework. And today's video is the dynamic sitemap token. And so today we're going to start by assuming that you've got a sitemap on your website down in the footer, and we're going to start right from the dashboard that everybody knows and loves so much. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to navigate into your basic website, go down to the page manager, and you can see that we've already created a page, and we're going to go ahead and edit that page, and this is your sitemap page. Once the page loads, you just put your cursor in the HTML, click on your module token, and then your dynamic sitemap token is right up in the database, and then you go ahead and hit save, and then publish that page. And then what will happen is this little application or token gets put into the page, and it dynamically builds this sitemap. And then the next segment of this video, we're going to go ahead and show how you can get these pages to show up on the sitemap. In this segment, we're going to go ahead and start back at the dashboard. We're going to drill into your basic system again, and we're going to go down to Site Settings, and then we're going to go into Online Marketing. And there's really a couple of areas that pertain to the sitemap, but the most important thing is that you click on the sitemap control. And what this represents is pages and data coming from different modules on the site, so little applications that are within the site. So if you click on web pages, then any page that you add shows up in the sitemap. If you click on product categories, then any category or navigation that comes out of the shopping cart shows up. If you click on the products, then any products you put in your shopping cart will show up there on the sitemap. Then if you're using the parts module, parts categories will show up. If you're using the event module, then events show up. And if you're using FAQs, then the FAQs will show up on the sitemap. And if you don't want those to show up, then you just unclick them. And if we go back to the sitemap real quick, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So here's account information, FAQs, parts, categories, so on and so forth. And so you can control the sitemap with the sitemap control. If we go back into online marketing, you'll see that there's a Google sitemap, and if you're working with Google, you can just simply click on submit and give Google this URL for your website, and then they'll spider all the pages on your site. So whatever you put into the sitemap control will actually be embedded in that XML file that we send over to Google. In the next segment, we're going to go ahead and show you how we can further define what goes in the sitemap. And specifically, we're going to show you how to add individual pages, categories, products, and how those would dynamically go into the sitemap. Okay, in this segment of this video, we're starting back at the dashboard, and we're going to drill in. The first thing we're going to do is drill into an individual web page. And again, with OrderMaxx, you can add as many pages to your site as you want. But we're going to go ahead and grab, let's say, the KeyMet parts page, and that would be this page right up here. So you have all these different settings, and we know and love those settings. You can see another token in this page, but way down at the bottom, you'll see this add to sitemap. So if this value is yes, and you save and publish the page, then that page will automatically show up down here. Sure enough, right here, KeyMet parts page. So you can go back through all the pages on your site and just add those dynamically to your sitemap. So a couple of advanced tips. If you're building landing pages and you don't want them to show up on your navigation, you can build the SEO, high density, high keyword pages. Add those, click that value to add to your sitemap, and they'll all show right up here in the sitemap and get nicely spidered by Google. Now I'm going to go ahead into another module, and that's the store module, and most of our customers use that. In the navigation manager in the store, you'll notice that if we go to inkjet bag coders, for example, and then go down to sorry, a little too far. Go down to add to sitemap. Sure enough, if we look down at the sitemap, you'll find this category page. So this lets you control product categories into the sitemap. And then if we go back to the store module, go into the product manager, click on the products, and let's go ahead and grab a product here. Let's go ahead and click on something. Let's click on any old product. And so just like the pages, just like the navigation, and then if you go down on the product page, there's a voting button there that says add to sitemap, and if you add that and save it, it's going to show up in your sitemap. The interesting thing about this is it also pushes that page over to Google, so if you've got a unique product, you're going to want to make sure that that's in your sitemap. And so if we go back to the dashboard, that's how you can control individual products, categories, pages, FAQs, events, so on and so forth on your website, so that they nicely show up on your sitemap. So that wraps up today's video on the sitemap. If you have any questions, you can certainly call us toll free at 866-847-4495, or visit us online at www.ordermaxx.com. Thank you, and have a great day.